Hello and welcome to Electric Bike Report. My name is Pete and this is the 2017 IZIP E3 in for testing and review. This is a mid-drive electric bike that's also a speed pedelec, so it goes up to 28 miles per hour. It retails for $25.99 and has a lot of really interesting features, which we'll get into here. But this is a basic video overview of the bike and show you all the details. But you can check out the ride characteristics, range test results, and everything else in the full review at electricbikereport.com. So with that, let's get into the details. So IZIP definitely put a lot of thought and work into the overall frame design. One of the things you can see right off the bat is a large head tube with fairly smooth welds at the top tube and down tube junctions. You've got the low stack FSA headset, internal cable routing. And then when you take a look at the down tube, they've got a nice large connection at the head tube. And then as it transitions down to the battery pack, you've got a really flat top here for the battery mount. And the profile of the down tube is kind of like a half circle. The battery location is great because it's centered and low on the bike, which is good for overall bike handling. But it's also a pretty balanced bike when you pick it up. Coming down here, you can see that they've built in some sort of a shrouding, so it keeps the look of the bike pretty clean. The battery kind of blends in with the frame there. And then also down here, you can see there's a little reinforcement gusset for the motor location, so definitely adding strength overall. And then coming back to the back of the bike, you can't really see this detail so well, but there's a through axle that goes through the frame and through the rear hub. It's a little different than a quick release. You can still remove the wheel quickly, but it provides nice solid lateral stiffness to the rear wheel there. So overall, just a lot of thought's gone into the design and construction of the E3 frame. So here's the 48 volt 8.7 amp hour lithium pack. It sits right on the down tube there, and at the bottom, this is the charging port. So you undo that rubber cover there, and this is the charger, about the size of a laptop charger. You grab this side of the charger and then plug it into the side of the battery pack. It takes about 4 to 6 hours to charge from completely empty, and it can be charged on or off the bike. On the other side of the battery pack is the on-off button and the battery level indicator. The dash comes with two ABIS keys for the battery lock, and ABIS makes traditional bike locks, and with this code you can have this key match one of the ABIS locks, so you have one key for the battery lock as well as the bike lock, so that's a nice feature. Removing the battery, you basically turn this key and then you see that the battery kind of slides to the side there, comes off. That's what the frame mount looks like right there. And then the battery, you can see the bottom connection there and the battery itself. The battery weighs 5.9 pounds. To reinstall the battery, it's basically the same in reverse, where you just put the bottom of the pack in the bottom of the mount there and then slide the top back into place there and just make sure that it clicks in and is super solid. Here's a closer look at the Curry Electro Drive 350 watt mid-drive motor, and this has 73 newton meters of torque. It powers back through the bike's drivetrain, which is a 10-speed drivetrain with the SRAM X7 rear derailleur and a Shimano rear cassette there. And this motor powers the bike up to 28 miles per hour in pedal assist only mode. It's a speed pedelec or a class 3 electric bike, and it uses the larger cogs in the back, or the lower gears, to climb hills pretty efficiently too. So overall the IZIP E3 is a pretty versatile electric bike. The power curve of the Curry Electro Drive motor can also be customized, and you can check out how to do that in the full review at electricbikereport.com. So to smooth out the roads, IZIP spec'd the Rockshox Paragon suspension fork. This fork has 65 millimeters of travel, and it also has the lockout dial on the top. So by turning the dial this way, the fork is locked out, and that provides you the most pedaling efficiency because the fork won't be bobbing up and down. And that's nice, in smooth roads when you're pedaling hard. And then obviously opening up the fork just helps to smooth out the rough roads. So it's a nice quality suspension fork. Shimano hydraulic disc brakes are spec'd out on the front and the back of the bike. On the front here, this is a 180 millimeter rotor. And then taking a look at the brake levers, these are the hydraulic disc brake levers, and the reach of the brake lever can be adjusted to fit the size of your hand. Typical of most hydraulic disc brakes, they have a really solid feel to them. And then on the back here, this is the caliper and a 160 millimeter rotor, but nice overall modulation and power on these brakes. Okay, so let's take a look at the handlebar area. First of all, you got the LCD display right in the center. You've got the light that runs off of the main battery pack. Over here on the left side, you've got the ergonomic grips, and they have a lock-on collar, so they provide a solid attachment to the handlebars. The Shimano hydraulic disc brake lever for the front brake. The control pad here that adjusts the pedal assist level and display settings. And over here, you've got that same ergonomic grip, the brake lever for the rear brake, and the SRAM X7 10-speed shifter right there. So coming back to the display, you can see information like the speed, your pedal assist level, battery level, and the light indicator there. So I'm going to change the pedal assist levels using the plus and minus buttons right here. So you can see I've gone down to 2 and now down to 1. You can cycle through the information right here with this this button on the control pad. So you got your speed, your odometer, your trip distance, and then the estimated range. And this is not a full battery, so this isn't indicative of the full range, the estimated ranges. But you can see those at electricbikereport.com in the full review. So this is level 2, and then level 3, and then level 4. So it's estimating the range based on those pedal assist levels and your battery level. So it's a really nice feature when you're out and about. Here's a look at the front of the handlebar area, and this is that light that runs off the main e-bike battery pack, and that's a nice feature because then you don't have to worry about charging the light's batteries separately. You can also see the light has a reflector underneath it there, and the light does a great job of lighting up the road in front of you, but also helping you to be seen out on the road. So full coverage SKS fenders come stock on the IZIP E3 Dash. You've also got the mud flaps down here at the bottom for extra protection in the wet weather. Here's the rear fender, full coverage again, and also the rear rack. This is a sturdy aluminum rear rack that can work with any traditional bike bags. Maybe put a bag on the top of the rack, some on the sides of the rack. Just nice to see a solid aluminum rack coming on the IZIP E3 Dash here. And then also taking a look at the seat. This is the seat that has sort of a performance style narrow profile in the front, a little bit wider in the back, and a nice relief cutout in the center there. Here's a look at the rear light that's attached to the rack back here, and this is powered off of the main e-bike battery, just like the front light is. Alright, so that is the overview of the 2017 IZIP E3 Dash. This bike retails for $25.99, and you can check out the full review at electricbikereport.com with detailed pictures, specifications, ride characteristics, range test results, pros, cons, and overall thoughts, all at electricbikereport.com.